One of the worst things about being black in America has got to be experiencing racism from other minorities, bro. That shit is so disheartening. Like, damn, bro, you too. And one of the reasons why we be feeling so jaded about this is because black people are always down with other people's causes. Like, to be black in America means that it's ingrained in your nature to stand up against injustice. And that shit just don't be feeling reciprocated, bro. Like, black people are always accepting of other people into our cultures. We might make our jokes or whatever, hee hee ha ha, but if you contribute to our culture, we will welcome you into our spaces. And it just be sad to like, it'd be like, damn, bro, you too.
Yep, that's true, man. Um, you know, he not lying. I mean, yeah, yeah, I agree with what he said. Like, you know, um, you know, but I think too is the white supremacist nature of the matter. I think a lot of minorities, cultures, minority groups, ethnic groups come over to the United States. They here's a lot of stereotypes about black people. I remember somebody said that I think an immigrant came over to the United States, and I think they said that yeah, but we heard that black people don't work hard and they this and they that. I'm like, not all immigrants said that, but I'm just saying, like, I guess they from overseas, from Europe somewhere, not from Central America, from Europe. Um, it is, man. Like, it you know, you know, black people, we try to find solidarity with other people, other minorities, like, because we know that America is a racist ass country. So, you know, instead of all of us be divided, my thing is, why not all of us come together, and fight against injustice, like the guy said. So anyway, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Good Faith Show on this wonderful Friday. I'm your host, Andre Morton, and the Good Faith Show is only exclusively on the ATP Network. You can catch the ATP Network on YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, and Twitter. And also, too, I have some shameless plugs for y'all. Follow the official ATP Network Twitter account. The handle right there is at ATP Network 247. And also, like the video. It's free and it don't cost you nothing. When you like the video, it pushes us out an algorithm, makes us relevant. So, like the video. And also, too, if you support Palestinians, go to GazaFunds.com. Um, on the website, it's lots of Palestinian campaigns that you can share. I understand a lot of people ain't got money to donate. That's fine. Just share it on your social media platform, whatever platform you got. It don't matter, and it gotta be just Twitter. Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Blue Sky. Like it don't matter. So yeah. So yeah, man. Yeah, man. Like, I know a lot of people ain't gonna like that video I just put on there, but it's the truth, man. Like, I asked this guest that was on Tea Time a couple of weeks ago, Anthony, and to be fair, he didn't know. Like, he lives in California, I guess, he said he don't know how it is on the West Coast, black and brown solidarity. I asked him about that. I said, why do you think black and brown people don't get along? Why you think, I get along with brown people just fine. Um, but like the generalization of black and brown people, like we don't, like we just, like we kind of against each other, and that's kind of fucked up. Like, but yeah, man. So, anyway, what I'm gonna talk about today, Harvard University sues Trump, the Trump administration, for basically, because Harvard's not been in the need of Trump. You know, that's crazy. A Mundo Reese article, Israel Israel is blocking aid to basically ethnically cleanse Gaza. Then Trump is frustrated with Netanyahu. I mean, I see it as bluff, but I'm gonna read the article. And Trump's crypto scam, a scheme or whatever. And Ryan Clark and RG3. That's a bonus one. So if you're just not tuning in again, like the video. Don't cost you nothing. And also too, if you're on Twitter again, because Twitter been glitching the hell out lately. Like yesterday, nobody could respond to each other via DMs for some reason. Twitter DMs was down, so yeah, like that's why I recommend my Twitter watchers to move to YouTube and watch our stuff or Rumble, either one. It don't matter because at least it's more stable on there. Like Twitter. Reason why Twitter is such a glitching mess because when you fire 75% of the people that understands code and know how to make the platform run smoothly, the platform just tanks itself from time to time. So yeah. So yeah, y'all. That's all I have to say about that. So let's get to this first story. All right, guys. So the first story, this just came out really today, a few hours ago. It says Trump administration bars Harvard from enrolling international students. Now, my first eye on this is that only because Harvard didn't cave to Trump's demands. Not only they don't want Harvard to do DEI shit, which DEI ain't shit to me, but it is what it is. To a lot of black folks, it means something to them. I guess I guess, I guess inclusion changes society, right? But anyway, also too, um, they want Harvard to push more like right wing propaganda. I guess I'm paraphrasing, but yeah, it had a lot to do with that. So, but I'm gonna read this article. Uh, it says the Trump administration on Thursday revoked Harvard University's ability to enroll international students, delivering a sharp punishment to the elite institution for refusing to bow to the administration's policy demands. Of course, Harvard can no longer enroll foreign students, and existing foreign students must must transfer or lose their legal status, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security said in a statement. The bombshell move comes as students from around the world were preparing to attend Harvard, the oldest university in the U.S. and one of the nation's most prestigious. Um, One would be incoming freshman from New Zealand described the news as a heart drop moment. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says she ordered her department to terminate Harvard student and exchange visitor program certification, citing the university's refusal to turn over the conduct records of foreign students requested by DHS last month. But the article just said that the reason why they're doing this is not because of that, it's because of they didn't cave to Trump policy demands. Oh God, these people love to lie to you. The decision could impact more than a quarter of Harvard's heavily international student body, who have been flung into anxiety and confusion by the announcement. Professors warn a mass exodus of foreign students threatened to stifle of the academic prowess of the institution, even as its battle against the administration for its ideological autonomy. The White House said Thursday that enrolling foreign students is a privilege, not a right, and accused Harvard leadership of turning their once great institution to a hotbed of anti-American, anti-Semitic, pro-terrorist agitators. And also, too, some of these students are pro-Palestine, along with Trump. Don't like, wants Harvard to basically teach MAGA propaganda. Like, again, like these institutions are naturally liberal. I mean, so like these private institutions anyway. Like, so yeah. Just another case of Trump, getting what he wants. And I like how they love calling pro Palestine people pro terrorist agitators. Oh my God. They have repeatedly failed to take action to address the widespread problems negatively impacting American students, and now they must face consequences for their actions. White House spokesperson Abigail Jackson said in a statement to CNN. Then it says Harvard and Trump officials have been locked in conflict for months as the administration demands the university to make changes to campus programming, policies, hiring, and admissions to root out on-campus anti-Semitism. Oh God. and eliminate what it calls racist diversity, equity, and inclusion practices. Oh my God. Oh, so DEI is racist now. Give me a break. Even though, like I said, DEI isn't that important to me, it's not racist. Actually, why y'all call DEI racist, DEI was really meant to benefit white women. You know that, right? But they too stupid to understand. So I just gave you a free education right there. Free education. The administration has homed in on foreign students and staff it believes participated in contentious campus protests over the Israel-Hamas war, genocide. But the university leadership argues many other requests, including an audit of the viewpoint of its students and staff, go far beyond the role of the federal government and may violate Harvard constitutional rights. Um, It said Noam said Harvard can regain its ability to enroll international students if it submits 5 years worth of records related to international students' conduct within 72 hours, according to the letter she sent to the university Thursday and posted on social media. DHS is demanding all records of international students participating in activities deemed illegal, dangerous, or violent. Well, first of all, protesting is legal. It's not illegal. Dangerous and violent. Most of these protests, all of these pro-Palestine protests have been peaceful. It's just that either you got violent Zionist ghouls attacking these students, and you got the police attacking these students. Like you go to a protest thinking like, hey, it's peaceful. I'm gonna be safe. It's not a riot or nothing like that. Then you end up in a hospital with a concussion because a cop bust you aside your damn head. Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. It says, threatening over the past 5 years, Norm's letter pointing especially to audio or video footage of any protest activity um, involving foreign students on campus. Harvard is among dozens of U.S. universities facing harsh demands from the Trump administration, but it has emerged as the fiercest defender of its academic independence. Now, before I get to the next article, um, Harvard counteracted with this immediately after this came out. So, but let me say this. Now, you telling me that you telling me that United States is so cupped to Israel that like because if you say anything negative about Israel in any way, you are deemed a terrorist. You are deemed violent. You are deemed anti-Semitic. Like again, like I said, most of these people protesting against Israel's Holocaust on Gaza is fucking Jewish. Like they Jewish, bro. They Jewish. So you again, like I would ask these dumbass people: Are these Jewish pro-Palestine protesters, or are they anti-Semitic? And I bet you they can't even answer that. So yeah, man, that's that. I'm gonna pull up the second article um, from the New York Times, and I have to have it archived because the New York Times wants you to pay, and I don't want to pay for liberal propaganda most of the time. Um, so yeah, um, like they want you to pay for everything, man. It's ridiculous. Like ads ain't enough; those bloated ads, but they want you to pay. So this is from the New York Times. It says Harvard sues Trump administration over move to bar international students. Um, it says less than 24 hours earlier, the Trump administration has said it will block current and future international students from attending university. Um, it said Harvard University sued the Trump administration for a second time on Friday, less than 24 hours after the Department of Homeland Security said it would block international students from attending the nation's oldest university and one of its most prestigious. The lawsuit, in a letter issued by Dr. Alan M. Garber, Harvard's president, signified a dramatic escalation of the battle between the administration and Harvard. And the university's forceful and almost immediate response served as evidence that stopping the flow of international students to Harvard, which draws some of the world's top scholars, would destabilize Harvard's very existence. We condemn this unlawful and unwarranted action, Dr. Garber said in a letter to the Harvard community. It imperils the future of thousands of students and scholars across Harvard and serves as a warning to countless others at colleges and universities throughout the country who have come to America to pursue their education and fulfill their dreams. The lawsuit followed an announcement on Thursday that Harvard's Student and Exchange Visitor Program certification had been revoked, halting the university's ability to enroll international students. The university indicated that it will be filing a request for a temporary restraining order, asking a judge to immediately block implementation of the administration action. It says in the lawsuit, the university accused the Trump administration of exerting clear retaliation of Harvard exercising its First Amendment rights to control Harvard's governance, curriculum, and the ideology of its faculty and students. And it says, with the stroke of a pen, the government has sought to erase a quarter of Harvard's student body, international students who contribute significantly to the university and its mission, the lawsuit said. Without its international students, Harvard is not Harvard. Yeah, like, I get it. Maybe, Harvard banks off of, international students, but I mean, like, since you so encased with DEI, well, how about letting some of our smart black folk, go to your prestigious school, prestigious, like I'm just saying, but yeah, like, you know, hey, Trump is a bully. Trump is a bully, man. Like, he he wants y'all to be. He wants y'all to be. He wants y'all to be more MAGA, more right wing, and he wants y'all to stop using DEI, which again, like DEI was meant for white women originally. Um, it said the administration said Harvard had not complied with a list of demands it sent on April 16th that contained records of protest activity dating back 5 years. Wow. 5 years, I thought about something too. Most likely, sometimes they probably talking about those George Floyd protests too. Like, just a side thought, but I don't know why. I mean, well, yeah. Including videotapes of misconduct and records of disciplinary actions involving international students. Videotapes? What the fuck? What is this, 1989? Videotapes? Footage? You mean footage? Like, this is 2025, man. God almighty. Harvard's lawsuit also said that the university had been working to comply with the April 16th request, along with the letter attacking the university for failure to condemn anti-Semitism. Only in America where anti-Semitism, free speech, exercising your free speech against a genocide is anti-Semitism. Despite the unprecedented nature and scope of the demands calling for information on each student visa holder, about 7,000 students across Harvard's 13 schools within 10 business days. Harvard has submitted the required information on April 30th, the lawsuit said, and also complied with a follow-up request. So Harvard has been to meet some of Trump's demands, but that's not enough. Trump wants more. Like, he wants y'all to be right wing, bro. Like, um, it says, yet on April 22nd, DHS deemed Harvard's response insufficient without explaining why or citing any regulation with which Harvard failed to comply, the lawsuit said. The Trump administration had explained its attacks on Harvard and other top private universities as an effort to combat anti-Semitism, to confront liberal biases on campuses. Told you. During his campaign, Mr. Trump invoked the term Marxist maniacs to refer to the Ivy League. Well, I don't think these Ivy League schools are Marxist maniacs. I mean, I wish they were. Hell, if they were, hell, I'll join. But they're not. So, yeah. Just talking out, Trump talking out his ass right at this point. Read a little bit more. It said the Trump administration has explained his attacks on Harvard and other top private universities as an effort to combat. Oh, Lord, I read that. Damn. After he was inaugurated, Mr. Trump's inauguration has sought to use nearly every lever of the federal government has at its disposal to force schools or Harvard especially to bend to his will. There are now at least 8 investigations into Harvard spanning at least 6 federal agencies. So I'm going to end it right there. It's a long article. Yeah, so my final thoughts on this. I think because these institutions are weak, like, Harvard said, hey, you fucking with our money. This international program, it feeds into our profit motive. So, you know, I believe they're gonna cave to Trump. I really do. I mean, a lot of other people have, like even the media. The media is more softer on Trump now than ever. Like, if you didn't know, so that's what I think about that. So all right, guys, let me move to the next story. All right, guys. So remember when Tim Cook said this, Jim? I'm gonna play it.
Confusion about China, and let me at least give you my opinion. The popular conception is that companies come to China because of low labor costs. I'm not sure what part of China they go to, but the truth is China stopped being the low labor cost country many years ago. The reason is because of the skill, the quantity of skill in one location, and the type of skill it is. Like the products we do require really advanced tooling, and the precision that you have to have in tooling and working with the materials that we do are state of the art. And the tooling skill is very deep here. In the US you could have a meeting of tooling engineers and I'm not sure we could fill the room. In China you could fill multiple football fields. It's that vocational expertise is very deep, very, very deep here.
So y'all heard that, right? Basically what he's saying is that the reason why Apple makes all their products in China is because China has the manpower and they has the tools. Which my thoughts on that before I get to this article is that you could have, like, when the iPhone came out, for example, 2007. Let's just use the iPhone for example. You could have built an infrastructure years before the iPhone came out in the United States, and then that way people will have, have a good, decent paying job. But like China is advanced because of that. I think when these corporations move manufacturing to China, China got more technologically advanced. Like China wasn't like this 20 years ago. Like even 30 years ago, like, only because corporations didn't want to pay its own like these American corporations didn't want to pay the American citizens a living wage, and they want to be cheap as possible. Let's move our businesses over there. So yeah, like he's right, but again, it's like it didn't have to be like that. Like imagine how many employees work for Apple making a living wage, a thriving wage making iPhones. You know, like that could have been America. No excuse. Like America used to manufacture shit, but blame Bill Clinton and NAFTA and TPP and shit like that. So now let me get to this article right here. Wow, this just came out. Man, Trump, man. Trump knows better. I guess he just, Trump. Anything that Trump says is like red meat to his base. His cult following, the people that will never like Trump could like he said he could shoot somebody on Fifth Boulevard or whatever the fuck, and nobody would care. Like this for his followers. Let me try to make this a little bit bigger because it's big enough. There you go. It says Trump threatens 25% tariff on Apple as it does not start making iPhones in America. Now that's why I played that video, because I'm saying like even though this sounds bizarre because Apple is not going to pay for that 25% tariff, Trump. Like iPhones are already overpriced. I mean, to be honest with you, iPhones is really, ever since really the iPhone 11 has been the same iPhone. Like it's really been iPhone 12, let's say, has really been the same iPhone. Let's just keep it 100. Like it looks the same, just a brand new camera, man. Oh, you get a new camera. Oh, you get or they probably make the notch smaller, or they make the or they not or they get rid of the notch. Like I really don't like that on my iPhone, man. Like, I kind of like the notch, that thing, that black bar that pops up on there. I hate that, but it is what it is. But let me get to it. Like, this is so stupid, but this is typical Trump. I mean, what can you say? Um, it says President Donald Trump has threatened Apple with a 25% tariff if it does not start producing iPhones in the U.S. His latest salvo directly targeting a U.S. company over how it conducts its business. In a post on his True Social platform Friday morning, Trump wrote he had a long ago informed Tim Cook of Apple that I expect that iPhones that will be sold in the United States of America will be manufactured and built in the United States, not India or any place else. If that is not the case, a tariff of at least 25% must be paid to Apple to the U.S. Trump said. Like, again, like Apple, like if this happens, it ain't gonna happen, but hypothetically, if it happens, like again, like Apple's not paying that, Trump. Good God Almighty, dude. Oh man, that damn Trump hell, man. He hell. Oh man, I should have did the Trump voice when I read that. Trump post briefly sent shares of Apple lower than more than 4% in pre-market trading and tipped stock futures into negative territory. The tech-savvy Nasdaq is now set to open lower by nearly a half percent, and the S&P 500 is set to slide up about 0.4% at the opening bell. Apple, with a market value of nearly $3.4 trillion, is the most valuable publicly traded company in the world. Trump has begun ramping up direct attacks against U.S. companies whose policies he sees as negative responses to his trade tariff plan. Last week, the president hit out at Walmart after it said it would likely be forced to raise prices, telling the retail giants to eat the tariffs. Earlier this month, he targeted Mattel with a 100% tariff on his toys um, if it did not move production of them to the U.S. So, yeah, like, oh God, like, Trump, man. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna say this, then I'm gonna move on because this is stupid as fuck. Um, like, dude, um, man. Oh God, like you again, like Trump, like I don't think Trump seriously think Apple or Mattel will pay for the tariffs, like in Walmart. Like Walmart don't want to lose profit; they want to gain profit. You see what I'm saying? Like that's why they pass the cost on to us. You see what I'm saying? Like, like, because Walmart and Target CEOs went to the White House and told you like our shelves will be empty if you don't take the 140% tariff off of China and other countries as well. Like Trump knows. Like Trump knows that. Because my thing is, if you didn't know that the tariffs will be passed on to us, then why you said Walmart should eat the tariffs? Like, see what I'm saying? Like Trump knows better. He wants to pretend like he's a businessman. Art of the deal, Trump. You know what I mean? But let's just keep it 100, man. Trump is a con, man. Like this next story, man. Yeah, like if I'm MAGA and I see that my Medicaid and my Medicare and my food stamps is gonna get cut, and meanwhile this asshole is guys a meme coin, I'll be very, very pissed. All right, guys, on to the next. All right, guys. So yeah, while your Social Security, well, your Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid is at risk. Trump is enriching himself. I mean, this ain't nothing new because ain't this the same guy that had watches for like what $25,000 or something like that? I think it's even more than that. And it turns out the watches wasn't even made. Like it's just a random image that they had on there, or image they generated. Like it wasn't even made. Like yeah, um, I'm just doing this story to prove a point. But let me read it. It says that Trump's crypto dinner, tuxedo, luxury cars, and a former NBA star. And well, never mind. I'm gonna get to the NBA star in a minute, but Um, it says here, as people begin arriving for the event, the price of Trump dropped suddenly by 6%, indicating a significant sales volume before stabilizing. Um, Now I'm gonna play this video right here. It's a short 2-minute clip. Um, Here we go.
National Golf Club in D.C., a high-powered dinner for a price. 220 winners of a contest to meet President Trump, the top holders of his crypto coin.
I don't know much about it other than I launched it. I heard it was very.
He lying. He know about this shit. Basically, who could give Trump more money? You get to have a dinner with me. You get to eat dinner with me. Get to eat dinner. You get to hang with me. Yeah, man. See, act like I don't know about that. I don't know much about it, but you know. Oh, yeah.
Successful.
NBC News has learned each dinner guest paid between $55,000 and $37.7 million for the Trump coin, according to an analysis by the blockchain analytics company Nansen, based on the crypto wallets of the contest winners. The total, $394 million.
Ching, 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 baby. Trump is $394 million richer, baby. Oh, and those people that gave him that, well, mostly probably the top 1%. You know. All this money comes at a price, guys. Like, you know, nobody just don't give you money because they like you. Most of the time, like they, you know, those tax cuts for the rich. You know, that big beautiful bill. Like, you know, I guess this is the prize because it will pass the Senate, unfortunately, because because you know they're gonna pass it through debt reconciliation because the tax part is in there. But then we continue.
Well, the website for the contest says that the president is appearing at the dinner as a guest and not soliciting any funds for it. Another site says that 80% of the Trump coin project is owned by two companies affiliated or in business with Trump. How?
So they just broadly lie, like, oh no, Trump don't get none of the money, you know, but it's the the crypto is owned by Trump's companies. And, you know, I just thought about it. People have been saying this, but that's crazy, like how Jimmy Carter had to sell his peanut for him because back then, I guess, people had more morals and values, I guess, thinking that it'll be a conflict of interest, but Trump basically gets to keep all his businesses, like, even though they put a facade on and say, oh, his sons run it, which he still has saying it. It's his son, so like his son's not gonna tell him no or nothing like that. Like, come on, bro. And then we continue.
How unusual is this?
This is unprecedented.
Daniel Weiner researches money and politics at the NYU School of Law.
To have the President of the United States participating in a dinner where the folks attending are paying money essentially into his own businesses is really something that we haven't seen before.
On Capitol Hill this week, Secretary of State Marco Rubio was asked about foreigners buying access to the president.
I can't comment on a dinner I know nothing about.
Yeah, I think that represents a real problem for this committee because there's clearly a way around the State Department for foreign individuals of significant influence and wealth to be able to directly lobby the president.
When asked about the dinner, the White House says the president is abiding by all conflict of interest laws.
The president has been incredibly transparent with his own personal financial obligations throughout the years. The president is a successful businessman, and I think, frankly, it's one of the many reasons that people reelected him back.
Successful businessman? How can you be a successful businessman in Trump University, Trump Steaks, whatever the fuck he owned, went bankrupt? Like, the man went bankrupt like 29 times. Come on, bro. Like, these people just, like, these press secretaries, even Biden's press secretaries, like, they just say random shit. Like, they people know they full of shit. Like, yeah. And also, too, don't you think, also not only the top 1%, you know, the ones that, want the tax cuts, I forgot about foreign entities. Like, Trump threatened to raise tariffs in their country, and they, the oligarchs in their countries could give Trump millions of dollars, saying, "Don't fuck with us, man. Like, come on, bro. Like, we'll build your hotel. We give you some money. Don't fuck with us like that." But let me get to it, man. It says President Donald Trump held a private event Thursday night for 220 crypto investors who had brought into his meme coin, defying bipartisan concerns from lawmakers that he was selling assets to accumulate personal wealth. Crypto enthusiasts, including former NBA star Lamar Odom, attended the dinner at Trump National Golf Club in Northern Virginia, just outside Washington. About 100 demonstrators lined up the road to the entrance, trying to shame attendees with chants and signs such as "Trump a traitor," "Crypto corruption, America not for sale." Like, damn. Like, I wonder if some of those people are MAGA though. Like a lot of people, like, wow, like, I'm pretty sure these are not MAGA, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, well, it said Trump is a traitor, so most likely they must have voted for him. Like, see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, well, yeah, like, that's crazy. Like, us radical leftists, we same people that get called crazy and woke and, and stupid. Like, we've been telling y'all about not only Trump, but Biden. Like, don't think Biden and the Democrats are doing this too, but they're doing it more discreetly. Like, this shit out in the open. Like, Democrats get money from foreign entities too, like that Mayor of New York, that had charges put up against them. Adams, whatever the fuck his name is, I forgot that motherfucking name is. Eric Adams. But let me continue. It says Odom, a former Los Angeles Laker, walked past the protesters carrying an umbrella, according to a post on his X account in which he promoted his own meme coin. Other people arrived in luxury SUVs with tinted windows and many wore tuxedos in an event billed as black tie optional. So, yeah. Damn, Lamar Odom, man. God damn, man. You in it on too? To secure a seat, the mostly anonymous attendees had to be among the top 220 holders of the Trump coin, with the average participant spending $1.8 million, according to the blockchain analytics from Nansen. So, to sit with Trump, you gotta almost give this man $2 million. Shit. Man, I'm telling you. It says 2 Trump-affiliated companies own 80% of the Trump meme coin project, while their ability to sell is restricted in the short term. The project's creators get a fee for every trade. Those fees have added up to more than $324 million since January, according to the research firm Chainalysis. The precise amount going to Trump personally is not known. Of course, it's not known. I mean, like, Trump is enriching himself. Yeah, he might not could like actually just take the money outright, but like when the motherfucker leaves office, what the fuck you think he's gonna do? Common goddamn sense, bro. Every time there's a transaction, he gets a transaction fee, just unconscionable as what he doing, said Ken Papaj, a former Treasury Department official who's among protesters at the event. So these the people right here. I mean, yeah. He's using the presidency to make himself and his family richer. Duh. It's just not right for that to be happening in our country, said Papaj. Trump arrived at the dinner via helicopter and left the same way without speaking to reporters, and barely speaking to attendees, according to one of them. Wow. A 30-year-old man based in Austin, Texas, who declined to provide his name, said Trump spoke for about 15 minutes. Yeah, that's not Trump-like. Hell, Trump said, hell, I'm rich, thank you. I gotta go, bye. Hell, Trump said. That person said Trump did not reveal a new crypto policy, but instead spoke in support of a potential Bitcoin reserve and described himself as pro-crypto. Yeah, of course, because crypto oligarchs came to you and gave you money as well. A majority of people at the event, this person said, did not have an opportunity to speak or or take a photo with Trump, who promptly left at the conclusion of his remarks. He helicoptered in, he helicoptered out. We really didn't get to shake hands with him or anything. But it was really interesting group of crypto people all over the same room. The person said, it's about what I expected. I got a chance to be pretty close to the president when he was giving his speech. The dinner was advertised on his website as intimate and the most exclusive invitation in the world. It says the menu for the night included a Trump organic field green salad. Wow. You know damn well Trump don't eat no goddamn green salad. Yeah, that shit got fries and a Big Mac on that motherfucker. It says filet mignon, pan spare, handbook, and lava cake. Wow, that's so that shit is worth $2 million. Oh hell, I could get that at a 5-star restaurant. Hell, for shit, what? $200? Like I haven't even been to a 5-star restaurant in years, but holy shit. A photo posted by one of the attendees goes by as Crypto Bear showed attendees receiving a commemorative hat and card. Ow! $2 million. You get a hat with Trump said "Fight, fight, fight." A card which is ain't worth 5 cents. Oh God! And you get a I guess a menu. So, oh God. In another post from Crypto Bear in Japanese, the user expressed disappointment with Trump's appearance after giving a speech just under 30 minutes. Trump danced as he left the room. The user wrote, "Yeah, wow." Trump said, "I'm rich, baby. I'm rich." The initial explanation said that we will go around the tables to take commemorative photos with the table. For some reason, that was no longer the case. That's a bit disappointing. Oh God, like Trump fleeced y'all, man. Y'all thought y'all gonna talk to this guy. Y'all thought y'all gonna fuck with him, chop it up with him. You know, this motherfucker fleeced y'all ass, gave y'all fucking $100 worth of $100 plate, a fucking hat made in China, which he said you know everything he made in the United States, a card that's worth $2. Man, y'all got ripped the fuck off. But hey. Yeah, but hey, I gave him all this money. I mean, technically, you get that ripped off. Like, but anyway, let me continue. The USA is dominating crypto, Bitcoin, etc., and we are going to keep it that way. He wrote after he arrived back at the White House on Thursday night. Trump told reporters the event was good, very good. Oh man, look at this guy here. Man, this motherfucker look happy to see Trump, boy. Holy shit. I'm gonna read this. It says in Congress sparked concerns on both sides of the aisle. Wow. Senator Sistina Loomis said this month that the executive dinner gives me pause, and Senator Tom Tillis said the concept of the dinner is abstract, it's hard to understand. What do you mean it's hard to understand? It's just, you know, you pay Trump to eat with him, and you know, give you a 10-minute speech and he out. Like, it ain't that hard. Senator Chris Murphy denounced the project at a news conference earlier Thursday. This is the most corrupt White House in the history of our country. Okay, he said alongside other lawmakers, just because the corruption planned out in public where everybody can see it doesn't mean that it isn't rampant. Rapturous corruption. Like, bro, like y'all can't talk about Trump and Nancy Pelosi and other Democrats are doing insider trading. Like, shut up, man. Jeez, you know. But what they do, you know, when the opposition in power, they act like they tough, you know. They flexing their muscles and shit. But when they persons in power, they quiet as a church mouse. You know, the Nancy Pelosi insider trading and all kinds of shit. The editorial board of the Wall Street Journal, with often praising Trump on policy, urged him this week to cut off the gala or at least disclose those who attended so Americans know who may be trying to buy access to the president. Oh, God. So, let me see. So yeah. I'm going to end it there, man. Like, I ain't got to continue with this shit. Like, I mean, like, yeah, Trump got away with 34 counts, 34 charges against him. Trump thinks he's fucking like invincible. So of course he doing this shit out in the open. Like, you know, anybody else would do this shit in the dark. Like the Democrats flexing their muscles, man, having committee meetings and shit like that. Like they ain't gonna do shit, bro. And then Cal Kalinske, then I'm gonna get to the next story, said that Trump needs to be um, prosecuted. Him and Elon Musk. You know, Elon Musk did shit too. Like, then even if the Democrats take back the House and Senate, they're not gonna do nothing to Trump, bro. They're not gonna do nothing to Trump, bro. At the end of the day, they friends with Trump. Most of these Democratic politicians like Trump, and Trump likes them. So, all right, guys, on to the next story. Now, I think Trump bluffing here, but you know, I'm gonna read it. You know, this article. But my thing is, if you frustrated by it, then why you still giving Israel weapons? That's just so stupid. This live stream is just nothing but stupid shit one after another. This from Axios. It says Trump frustrated by Gaza war wants not Netanyahu to wrap it up. According to U.S. officials. So it says make it bigger, make it a little bit bigger. It says President Trump has been frustrated by the ongoing war in Gaza and upset by images of suffering Palestinian children. Let me read that again. Let me read that again. Like, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind, bro. I'm gonna lose my mind. President Trump has been frustrated by the Gaza by the ongoing war in Gaza and upset by the images of Palestinian children. Trump, you don't give a damn about the Palestinian children. Like, you are so despicable. You use Palestinian as a slur. Chuck Schumer is a Palestinian. Like, you don't care about the children because you're still sitting. Like, what? On one side of your orange ass mouth, you say, Israel need to finish the job. Finish the job. Then the next minute, this shit come out saying he's sick of the war, well, the genocide, and he wants it to wrap it up. So he just but I know what this is. He's pandering to, you know, the anti-war part of his base, right? And has told aides to tell Israeli Prime Minister bitch ass Benjamin Netanyahu he wants to wrap it up. Two White House officials tell Axios. It says U.S. and Israeli officials deny that Trump is prepared to abandon Israel, or that he's applying intense pressure on Netanyahu, but they admit there are growing policy differences between a president who wants to end the war and a prime minister who is aggressively expanding it. The president is frustrated about what is happening in Gaza. He wants the war to end. He wants the hostages to come home. He wants the aid to go in, and he wants to start rebuilding Gaza. One White House official said, like, you mean rebuild Gaza to a resort and expel the Palestinians that are living to Libya and Jordan and Egypt? Like, that's not good. That's not good. Like, anybody that reads that will say, oh, damn, Trump, Trump, you know, maybe on the side of the Palestinians. But that's why I say if you dig more deeper into what he's doing, pretty sure it's out there. Like, remember the AI video of, you know, Trump Gaza? Like, the way he called it, like, which is disgusting to call it Trump Gaza. Like, you asshole. In the days since Trump's trip to the region, the U.S. has been pressing both Israel and Hamas to accept a new proposal presented by White House envoy Steve Witkoff for a hostage and ceasefire deal. And fuck Steve Witkoff, because Hamas said they released an American hostage, you know, for aid to Gaza, and Witkoff didn't do shit. So fuck Steve Witkoff too. Let me continue. Witkoff has been speaking directly with Netanyahu and his top advisor, Don Rimmer, and to Hamas leadership through a Black channel facilitated by Palestinian American businessman Bashira Baba. The negotiations have shown little progress. Meanwhile, the Israeli Defense Forces have proceeding with an occupation to displace all 2 million Palestinians in Gaza to a humanitarian zone and flatten most of the enclave. Well, the enclave is fucking flattened at this point. What are they talking about trying to flatten it? What? This article sounds so stupid. Um, it says Israeli official told Axios at the moment Netanyahu doesn't feel strong pressure for Trump. If the president wants a hostage and ceasefire deal in Gaza, he needs to put more pressure on both sides, the official said. Other leaders are, so basically he's saying, basically give me more money and weapons to still annihilate them. Then maybe I'll think about it. That's what he's talking about. Other leaders are attempting to apply pressure. Leaders of the UK, France, and Canada issued a statement on Monday threatening to take steps against Israel over the war in Gaza. We will not stand by while the Netanyahu government pursue these egregious actions. If Israel does not cease the renewed military offense and lift its restriction on humanitarian aid, we will take further concrete actions in response, they said. And I'm going to say this, like, the United States is not going to stop Netanyahu for doing what he's doing. Like, it's going to take these other countries to step in and really, like, might have to use force. Like, something has to be done. Because the United States, like, Trump does not want, Trump, the United States, like, it's bought by AIPAC, so they can't do shit. So yeah. And the reason why these countries are, like, finally waking up is because finally it took some sense of empathy to see that, seeing babies being starved to death and their limbs blown off is kind of extreme. It says Netanyahu rejected a call and accused the leaders of London, Ottawa, and Paris offering a huge prize for the genocide attack on Israel on October 7th while inviting more such atrocities. Oh, dear God. Oh, Lord. Of course he rejected a call because he knows he's full of shit. It says the British government announced on Monday that it's suspending free trade deal negotiations with Israel, imposing new sanctions on Israeli settlers involved in attacks on Palestinians in the West Bank, and summoned the Israeli ambassador to the Foreign Office in London. One area where Trump has put pressure on Netanyahu over the last 2 weeks is Israel's total freeze on humanitarian aid deliveries to Gaza. A White House official told Axios the president was pretty upset by pictures of suffering children and babies in Gaza and pressured the Israelis to reopen the gates. Oh, God, like, damn. Let me continue. Oh, God. But the United States, though, I would say this. I'm going to end it there. The United States can do something about this. Like, you could, like, stop sending weapons and money to Israel. Then Israel has to stop. Like, when you keep giving them weapons and money, they keep doing shit. They keep, doing Holocaustic type shit. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm going to end it there. Trump is frustrated. Now, talk is cheap. If you frustrated, stop sending money and weapons to Israel. All right, guys, on to the next story. All right, guys, I'm going to read this article from Mundo Weiss. It says Israel aid plan for Gaza is a key part of its strategy to expel Palestinians. Yeah, it's wild. But, I'm going to read a little bit of this and I'm going to get to the last part, which probably going to take a while. It says the forcible expulsion of Palestinian people is now the explicit goal of Israel war in Gaza. Late on Wednesday, bitch-ass Bibi said that Israel will end the war if Hamas surrenders, Gaza is demilitarized. What? And we implement the Trump plan. What? Hamas surrenders? Bro, like, you tell he lying through his teeth. How is Gaza Gaza's not his own government? Let me keep reading. Stupid, man. Trump walked back his February plan for the U.S. to own Gaza, expel its people, and turn it into a Riviera of the Middle East. But Netanyahu seized upon it all the same and took it as a green light to exterminate Gaza. The latest phase of the plan is Israel's weaponization of humanitarian aid for the purpose of furthering Gaza found a solution. Basically, ethnically cleansing these people. The plan is simple: starve Gaza population and create one designated flattened stretch of land where they can come and get food rations, facilitated by the Israeli army and run by a U.S. private contractor. And whoever that contractor is in the United States, fuck you too. Um, Gaza's population will be forced to go into these collective collection points where they'll be corralled inside what will effectively be a concentration camp located in what used to be the city of Rafah, now a flattened wasteland. Netanyahu made all this clear in his latest announcement, which came a day after Israel said it will allow minimal amounts of humanitarian aid into Gaza for diplomatic reasons, to avoid war crime and charges and images of famine. On Monday, the Israeli War Cabinet finally approved the entry of the aid after 2 months of a complete Israel blockade of the Gaza territory. This forced starvation has led to the spread of hunger and disease, with the Gaza government media office reporting that at least 70,000 Palestinian children have been hospitalized for severe malnutrition. The cabinet decision followed intense negotiations with Hamas and Qatar, with the mediation of the Gulf state and pressure from the U.S. envoy to the Middle East, Steve Witkoff. The talk started following Hamas' release of the Israeli-American soldier Eden Alexandra last week. And remember I told y'all a few minutes ago that, Hamas were willing to give their hostage up, and they still didn't go through their plan. The U.S. reportedly pressured Israel to sending a negotiating team, which later led to the decision to allow entry of food. And also, too, about this first ceasefire, too, like, the first ceasefire was a farce. Like, basically Trump, behind the scenes, I heard that Trump basically told him, like, hey, phase one, initially stopped, then you can do whatever you want, for a few weeks, then you can do whatever you want. And then, really fucked up about Israel is that these the same motherfuckers that start attacking Gaza again during Ramadan. Like, just diabolical shit, man. Like, how can you support Israel and seeing all of what's going on? You just a psychopath, man. It says talks continue to be held over the possibility of a ceasefire with bitch ass BB insulting that Israel will not commit to end the war and retain control of Gaza. Hamas insists on U.S. guarantees and a UN Security Council resolution that Israel will not restart its assault in Gaza after the release of Israeli captives. However, for the time being, Palestinians in Gaza are expected to receive some relief from the starvation, as Israel has already begun to allow a small number of food trucks to enter the strip. And you know what Israel did before they finally allowed some food trucks to come into Gaza? Do you know that they played with they were playing with the Palestinians in Gaza, basically bringing in trucks with that look like flour, but they turn out to be body bags? Yeah, I know that. Like, just some diabolical evil shit, man. So yeah, man. I just want to keep y'all on touch with that. So, all right, guys, on to the next story. All right, guys, last segment. So yeah, I've been talking about politics all day, so I don't mind we're talking about something not political. If y'all don't know what's going on, the WNBA season has started, and Caitlin Clark has been the person to quote unquote revive the league. I guess I don't know. She obviously the face of the league, right? De facto wise. In the first game of the season, Caitlin Clark and the other player, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark fouled Angel Reese hard, right? And Angel Reese retaliated against Caitlin Clark, which to me, I would tell people, like, it wasn't that really hard for fouling me. I think Angel Reese exaggerated some. A lot of people didn't like when I said that. A lot of people called me a coon because I wasn't defending Caitlin Clark. I was talking about the foul initially. Like, last year, Angel Reese was the same player that got that goddamn decapitated by I forgot that woman's name. last year. Like, she fouled the shit out of Angel Reese. And Angel Reese got up and didn't do shit. You know, that was a vet though. You ain't gonna do shit in a vet. See, Caitlin Clark is in her second year, and Angel Reese is bigger than Caitlin Clark. That's what I'm saying. That's like Penny Hardaway, not Penny Hardaway. That's like John Starks foul Shaq hard and Shaq flops. Like, that's how I get that. But Angel Reese ain't that big. I'm just saying, like, size wise, Angel Reese is a guy like what 3 or 4 inches, 3 or 4 feet inches on Caitlin Clark. So, like, it was just a good defensive play to me. But anyway, it's not about the foul in particular. Like, this ain't about sports, but anyway, let me get to it. RG3, you know, a lot of people accusing RG3 of being a COON because you can't say that word on YouTube. I just found that out. And you know, and a lot of people didn't like what RG3 said. Like, a lot of people, like, he facing a lot of backlash. And the guy on the screen there is Ryan Clark. You know, he basically, I guess he's taking a stance that I would take if I had to respond. But I'm gonna play it and break it down as we go, man. So here we go.
Freddie T, man, another exciting year. The WNBA started, and even with the Liberty being the champion and Asia Wilson being the MVP, all the talk is about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese.
Yeah, it started off with a bang, man. And I think in any business, you need an amazing storyline. And I believe we have one. Last year, it was the rookies. It was Caitlin, it was Angel Reese. This year, the start of this season, we're back at it, right? Yeah. And if I didn't know any better, I would have thought they were trying to promo a fight, right? Because it was just a simple take foul. It was a foul. It was harmless. And I think Angel just...
Exactly. Like I was saying, like, it was just a simple foul. Like, Angel Reese's team was losing. Like, the final score of that game, by the way, was like 93-58. Like, the Chicago Sky didn't even score 60 points. Like, that's not good. But, like, Angel Reese was frustrated, I guess. You know, it's Caitlin Clark then. And I also, too, I thought about it, too. Like, people was calling Angel Reese the N-word and stuff like that. The fans that was at the game. So that, on top of, you know, Caitlin Clark being the shiny prize of the league, like, kind of got frustrated. But let me let him continue.
Got up in frustration at the point that they were down by so much right there in the third quarter. And she got up and she wanted to get a little aggressive. But I believe at the end of the day, we need that in the WNBA. I think that'll draw fans in. But yeah, Angel, you got to take.
Unfortunately, he's not wrong, but
that one, baby. Like, it wasn't even necessary. I think it was a little bit too dramatic. I believe Caitlin handled it like a pro in her press conference. But it's good to see the aggression, the passion from Angel. But yeah, man, welcome to the WNBA. It's back.
I mean, I love the fact that the WNBA has this exciting rivalry. And we've talked about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese for so long. I hate the fact that they're always pinned against one another. RG3 called what Angel Reese did hate. He said you could see the hate on her face for Caitlin Clark.
Are you kidding me? Hate. Bro, Angel Reese is just as popular as Caitlin Clark. Like, Angel Reese got endorsement deals. Like, she's on every fucking commercial. Like, Angel Reese ain't got no reason to hate on Caitlin Clark. I don't think it's hate. I think it's hate or what? Like, I just want to just keep it 100 with you. Ain't nothing to hate about, man. Like, Caitlin Clark is great. She's a great player. Angel Reese, you know, she plays hard, but hate, like, that's an excessive take to say. I would say Angel Reese was frustrated that she getting called the N-word and stuff like that. The B-word too, and you losing, like, that what it was. But let me continue. Like, that's just completely wrong in my opinion.
I'm not really sure when we moved in to being able to read the expressions of a person and know their intent, know their character, know their perspective. But he does understand hate, because I think he also understands the hate of self. When you look at the play, which is all we can speak to as professionals, all we can speak to as analysts, Angel Reese pushed one of her teammates. Caitlin Clark had a hard foul, which is part of basketball. I feel like it was assessed correctly. And Angel Reese's reaction is the sort of reaction you get in a situation when you feel like you took an intentionally hard foul. That's competitiveness. That's rivalry. That's not hate. And so now, though, when RG3 jumps on to the hate train or to the angry train, and now follows along with what we saw from Keith Olbermann, what we saw from Dave Portnoy, as they poured on to Angel Reese to make her the villain in Caitlin Clark's heroic.
Yeah, and also too, I'll add that too as well. I remember that when Angel Reese did the "You Can't See Me," the John Cena thing, and it turns out that John Cena did not come up with that. By the way, I forgot the other wrestler that came up with that, but I digress. But yeah, it's like I remember, Keith Olbermann raced his ass. Damn, I forgot what he said. It was like 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. It was they was in college then. They was playing against each other in a championship, and Keith Olbermann called Angel Reese out her name. She's what he said. She's stupid or something like that. Something to that thing. Like it was competitiveness. Like Caitlin Clark did this. Like, "You can't see me" expression too. For people forgot about that. All of a sudden, they forgot about that. But Angel Reese does it. Then these crackers come out with show their ass with their racism. But let me continue.
Or hero story.
Right.
The one thing we know about RG3 is he's not having conversations at his home about what Black women have to endure in this country, about what young Black women and athletes like Angel Reese have had to deal with being on the opposite side of Caitlin Clark's rise and ascension into stardom. Now, when you look at it, I think A'ja Wilson is the face of the league. A'ja Wilson is the best player in the league.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for saying that, RG3. Ryan Clark. Shout out to Ryan Clark, man. Like, Caitlin Clark is not the face of the league. It's A'ja Wilson. A'ja Wilson is a champion. If y'all don't know who A'ja Wilson is, Google her, man. Google her. It's on you. She's on YouTube. I highlight on there. Like, she's the face of the league, not Caitlin Clark. My thing is A'ja Wilson been in the league for not a long time, but for a minute now. She earned her stripes, as they say. Like, Caitlin Clark, she got to earn her stripes, man. Yeah, she can play. She's good. I admit it. Like, she'll be a superstar in the league, but like you can't say. See, a lot of these people. I just want to say this. I've been watching the WNBA for a long time. Like, I know the players came way before Caitlin Clark. Diana Taurasi's, the Candace Parkers of the world, the Tisha Witherspoons, Lisa Leslie's of the world. So many players, man. Like, see, people don't know that because people haven't watched the WNBA until Caitlin Clark joined. See what I'm saying? Like, so, a lot of these people, they just, some of them are just ignorant as fuck. Like, ignorance is a thing in this world. Like, nothing you can do about that. But, like, the WNBA existed long before Caitlin Clark came there. Like, I just, I have to say that,
Caitlin Clark is the most important player in the WNBA. And a ton of her fandom has come along with some racial bias or some racial pieces to why people love her so much. And so now, if you're RG3, when is the last time within your household you've had a conversation about what she's dealing with? You haven't been able to do that.
And, I give Caitlin Clark credit. She has, like, spoken out about that. She said that's wrong, the racist stuff, towards Angel Reese and, other players. Remember, Sheena Carter, she's not in the league for some reason. Like, I have my suspicions of why. Don't mess with the shiny new prize. You get sanctioned, I guess. But yeah, yeah, man. A lot of these fans, these people ain't even fans. Like, they just racist ass people, man. Like, I mean, ain't no other clear way I can put that. But let me continue.
Because in both of your marriages, you've been married to white women. You haven't had opportunities to have those conversations to educate you on what they're feeling, what Black women deal with, what they're seeing when they think of a young Angel Reese. And the whole time that he's mimicking Angel Reese and bobbing his head and moving his neck while he's doing this whole piece, his wife is in the back amening and clapping. And so to me, it's just another situation that now this young lady.
Ooh, that's a strong take right there. So basically you're saying, what I get from that, no, Andre is wrong on cut that his wife is controlling what he's saying. That's basically what I get from that. Ryan Clark is not saying that, but that's what I get from that tone, for his rhetoric. Like, oh boy.
Has to deal with. When I worked with RG3, he would make all of these sort of corny jokes about milk and how much he loved it and how important it was. And he always points out on social media the color of his wife's skin, as if the color of her skin is what makes her special, as if the color of her skin is what makes her a good wife. I've met the lady, I've had a conversation with her. Right. I think she's more than that. But it also leads to what Black women deal with a lot from Black men who have chose to date or marry outside of their race. They always feel like they have to go the extra mile to prop up the woman that they're married or the woman that they're with over Black women by denigrating Black women. I feel like we should have an opportunity to move past that and understand that Angel Reese can be great in her own right, as Caitlin Clark is as well. Caitlin Clark is a likable and lovable superstar. She pays homage to the stars of the past. She pays homage to the Black women that have come before her. And now she is carrying the mantle forward. So there's no need to pin those two against each other and paint them based on stereotypical tropes. And I think this is what
Yeah, like saying, Caitlin Clark is, she's the righteous woman. She's been hated on by these Black women. Not only Angel Reese, but these other Black women that took cheap shots at her, which was not cheap shots. Like, these are legitimate fouls, but okay. And Angel Reese, she's the angry Black woman. She's jealous of Caitlin Clark. RG3 says she hates Caitlin Clark. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. RG3, I like you as a football player, bro. Like, I hate your career ended the way it did. Like, if you learn to slide, you probably will be still playing. Well, probably not still playing, but you be playing a little bit longer. But, that's But again, bro, like, yeah, that don't look good, man. That don't look good what you said, but
I'd like RG3 to know that no matter how much he continues to echo the microaggressions of racists, he'll be no less Black than me.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's that. That's that. So all right, guys, man, it took me a minute to find this clip. For some reason, like, this shit's buried in a coal mine somewhere. I don't know what in the hell, but this guy here is RG3. This is the guy that took a lot of heat for what he said, and behind him is his wife. She's sitting all comfortably and shit. Like, I never seen a podcast set up where people sit behind you. Usually, like, if you interviewing somebody, you'll sit with them. But I mean, like, yeah. But I'm finna play this part. Shout out to whoever put this together like a collage, because it makes it easier to find. So, oh God. I'll try not to get angry because, I defend my Black queens, man. Like, but here we go.
Where was this type of reaction last year when Angel Reese got chokeslammed by Alyssa Thomas of the Connecticut Sun? Y'all remember that? She got fouled so hard, they kicked.
Yeah, Alyssa Thomas. They're who I was talking about. Yeah, like, in terms of how the foul was, yeah, like, maybe, yeah, I would probably react like that the way she did towards Caitlin Clark with that action. But let me continue, man. Let me let this fool talk. Oh God.
Kicked Aaliyah Thomas out the game with a flagrant 2 foul. What did Angel Reese do? Nothing. She didn't get up and try to swing on her. You know why? The reaction was different because of who did it. And there is a lot of history there with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. You guys remember last year when Angel Reese celebrated Kennedy Carter getting that flagrant foul on the hip check against Caitlin Clark? You remember that? On the sideline, just, yeah, baby, get her, you get her. Who celebrates like that for a flagrant foul on another player if they don't dislike that player? Okay, you want some more evidence? Here's some more evidence. Remember last year when they were talking about who gets the credit for the expansion and the eyeballs and the popularity boost of women's basketball, not just the WNBA, but women's basketball in general, because of the spike in the women's NCAA tournament and WNBA viewership. A lot of people were attributing that to Caitlin Clark, and rightfully so. This is what Angel.
Also, too, you could say Angel Reese played a part in it too. Like the rivalry, you could consider it a rivalry. It goes back to college too, RG3. Like it just ain't because of Caitlin Clark. See, RG3, you can tell this guy is just a fanboy. He has a fanboyism mentality right here. Like, obviously, right? Oh God.
Angel Reese had to say, and I quote, "People are talking about women's basketball. You never would think they'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to the games. We got celebrities coming to the games, sold out arenas just because of one single game. Just looking at that, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on to be that for my teammates. I know I'll go down in history. I'll look back in 20 years and be like, the reason we're watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too. I want y'all to realize that." Now, I heard a lot of people say that I or others have made Angel Reese the villain. Did you not just hear herself call herself the bad guy? She called herself.
See, right there, like, black folk need to be careful calling themselves the villain. Like, that shit, like, shout out to Tom Business. He said this is like, the villain shit started with Floyd Money Mayweather. So I'm not really a fan of Floyd Mayweather, but I mean, I used to be, but you know, his actions, yeah. But like, yeah, the villain shit. I didn't like that comment because like, you ain't got to be the villain. Like, you should like Angel Reese should deserve much accolades and praise, just like Caitlin Clark. Like, everybody's good in their own right. Like, you know, Angel Reese is more of a gritty player. You know, she's more in the paint. You know. And Caitlin Clark, you know, she can shoot inside, outside. Like, I mean, like, yeah, fuck this villain shit, though. That's what I'm saying.
Self the villain. I'm not making her the villain. She's making herself the villain.
Now, the good guy, bad guy, that whole thing, I don't lean into that. Yes, Angel probably said that before, but I look at them like anybody else, especially at their age, both of them. Like, you could say some things and really not be on that 6 months from now. They so young, they're going to say things that may RG.
Okay, now, this right here, it says, after watching Caitlin Clark's flagrant foul on Angel Reese in the aftermath, there's no way Angel Reese can continue the lie that she doesn't dislike Caitlin Clark. I know what hatred looks like. Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. Not some basketball rivalry hate either. Hate. Wow. Colin says somebody hates somebody is a bridge too far, man. Like, this is nuts. Like, and look how many likes this guy got. This guy got 121,000 likes on his photo. I wonder who those 121,000 likes are. I don't think they're WNBA fans. So most likely they are white supremacists. Because, man, at that game, that was disgusting. The things that those fans was calling Angel Reese, man, that should not happen. And the WNBA really isn't doing their job enough to prevent shit like that from happening. Like, you need to start kicking these people out of these games, man. Like, you know, like this is putting Angel Reese's life in danger over a basketball game, bro. It's not that serious. See, shit like that. See, I don't respect RG3 no more. You know, I don't respect him no more because, you know, people are crazy. People see stuff like this. Oh, RG3 said, Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark, so I'm gonna show her They might heckle her or mess with her or anything. Like these crazy ass white supremacists, man. I'm telling you, man, like, hate. Angel Reese don't hate Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese said herself one last year. She said, "Hey, me and Caitlin Clark might play on the same team one day." I mean, you don't say that if you hate somebody. You know what I mean? Like, it's called competition. Competition ain't hate. It's just trying to prove that you're better than the other person. That's not hate. Because Angel Reese got frustrated and she retaliated the way she did. Like, that's not hate. Like, this is some stupid shit right here, man. Like, this is why people calling you COON, bro. A raccoon. So, alright, guys, that's the show. I knew I ended with something like this. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I should have. I mean, you know, fuck RG3 for that stupid shit, man. I'm glad people are giving him hell for it. He deserves it, man. Like, that's not hate, bro. That's not hate. What's hate? You know, Angel Reese does not hate Caitlin Clark. What's hate is those fans calling Angel Reese all kinds of N-words and B's and stuff. So anyway, y'all, on the bottom of your screen, follow the official ATP Network Twitter account. The handle is at ATP Network 247. Or ATP Network 247. And also like the video, man. If you enjoy me raging against fools like Ryan Clark, like the video, it's free. It don't cost you a damn thing. And if you want to support the Palestinians, go to gospelfunds.com, you know. And, you know, like my mama used to say, faith without works is dead. Like, y'all, you know, some of y'all online talk about the Palestinian struggle. You know, I say free Palestine from the river to the sea. But I see that some of y'all don't even bother to help out the Palestinians that are in need, that have their campaigns online, which, you know, like, you could help in any kind of way, like just sharing the links. Like, what's wrong with that? So, gospelfunds.com. So, all right, y'all. I'm signing out, man. I hope y'all have a good weekend. I'll be back Monday with some old news, because I'm pretty sure some more shit gonna come out. And until next time, y'all, stay safe. I hope y'all have an amazing weekend. And also, too far I go. Fuck Benjamin Netanyahu. Bitch ass mother.